Hey Josh, since you're not here, we're going to go over a little bit of a walkthrough with you on everything. We'll start in the back. This is your water tank. Every week or so, make sure you check these straps. Make sure that they're tight. They don't really loosen up. Check them anyways. Your water fill line coming in. There's your 100-foot hose reel right here. Inside here is a float valve. When this tank gets all the way full, this float will shut off. Won't allow the water to come in and overflow. This is your dump valve here. If you need to empty your water, drain your tank, whatever. There you go, right there. This is the bypass line that goes back to the tank. This comes from the pressure washer. And this here is your feed line that goes to the pressure washer. This is a strainer here. I like to tell people to check this once a week too. Best thing to do really is to check it with every job just to make sure it's clear. If you ever feel like you're running out of water, look at your tank. Your tank's good, your valve's open, check your strainer. This valve simply opens and closes this for your water supply. I'll go over some valves with you in a second. Here's the heart of the system. This is your pressure washer, 3,500 PSI, 6 gallons a minute. Here's some of your nozzles for single operator. I don't know if you know difference between single and dual operator. I will send you an email just to make sure that you have everything down. These nozzles will have a number 6.0 on them. The colors here are for the fan spray panner. When you go to start this, always pull the choke out. Turn the key, it'll start up. Push your choke in. This is your burner control. This is for when you want heat. You simply turn this on. Set your thermostat to about 180 degrees. If it reaches 180 degrees, it'll shut itself off. Once it cools down, the burner will come back on and it'll keep going. It's just like the thermostat in your house. It shuts off when it reaches the desired temperature. When you're done using your heat, turn the burner switch off. Make sure you run it for a minute or two to run some cold water through the machine. Prolongs the life of the coil and prevents anything from burning up in there. This is your auxiliary switch. There's a 120 volt ground fault reset on the back if you need to plug anything in. This is the reset for that. Your hour meter. This is your detergent. We spoke about this the other day. If you want to pull detergent through your pump, which I know you said you weren't going to do, you'll stick this in your bucket, open this valve. Once you get wherever you need to go, you can go ahead and pull the trigger on your wand, open up your variable pressure, get it down to where it needs to be. Once it starts pulling chemical, you can close that again and you can have high or low pressure soap. Once you're done with this, go ahead and close it. Otherwise, it can introduce air into the system and then you can lose some pressure. Once it's closed, you're good to go. Your steam valve here, you have to open this up, put this tip in. This is a special tip for steam. It's a smaller orifice. Basically, it just restricts the water and lets it heat up quicker. Always use this. Always make sure this is closed if you're not using it. This is your outlet for your flue gases when your burner is on. All your heat combustion is going to come out of here. The muffler for the engine, which drives this whole unit. This is actually piped up in here too. Over here is your 2 hose reels. There's quick connects on the side. There's a stop on the side to lock these in place. Your handles swivel as needed to be out of the way. These are your variable pressure wands. Here's some chemical you got. I want to go over this with you. This is your inlet. This is a holding tank which is primarily used just for winterization. Under normal operation, the valve on your white tank is going to be open, which allows the water to come in through here. This handle will be in this up position. This handle back here, this is your bypass hose. This is its open position. When you do not have the trigger pulled, or at various times during operation where it needs to dump some water off, the unloader here bypasses some water and it goes right back to the fill tank. Anytime the trigger is not pulled, that's going to be wide open. There's going to be all the water flowing back through there. This is your unloader here. Do not touch this. This is not a pressure adjustment. It does not need to be adjusted. It's adjusted from the factory. You do not need to touch it. If you need to adjust your pressure, use your variable wand. Back down here, this is where your water comes in. If you ever lose prime on your system and you need to prime this, I can walk you through that. One thing I forgot to say, read your owner's manual. All the information you need is in there. We also have a sticker over here that tells you about 90% of what you need to know. So if you ever get stuck, the first thing I would do is check that or your owner's manual. For priming, you're gonna pull this hose off. First thing you wanna do is close the valve on your water tank. Pull this hose off here. You'll hook a garden hose in. Make sure that's nice and tight. This is in the up position. This valve here will be closed so that no water goes back to the tank. Then you simply turn your water on, let it flow through the machine. You'll see water flowing out of the bottom of your hoses here. That means you're primed. Well, that's about it for now. We're going to do a quick little test just to show you everything works.
Yep.
When you're done, go ahead and turn the machine off. You have to relieve the pressure. Once your pressure's relieved, go ahead and disconnect, roll your hoses up, and you're good to go. Thanks, man. If you got any questions, give us a call, send us an email, whatever you need.